Today is a very exciting day because I'm going to get a COVID test for a TV show.
Down in the dungeon is all we know, where the shining light, we never go into the open. As far as you can see, it's wasting there, a big bright destiny. Don't you?
TV show, kind of. I'm gonna be in the background of a TV show, but still, it counts. It's cool. I don't know, but gotta get a COVID test. Gotta go to the Bronx. It's gonna take like an hour to get there. So it is 6:40 in the morning, and we're gonna go get our nose swabbed. Let's do it. Let's go. This is exciting.
Open your eyes, embrace what you see now. Don't you feel like caught and loose? Yeah, caught and loose, caught and loose. I'm alive.
Just getting COVID tested. It took 2 seconds. I was like the first one there. Sorry, it's so windy. So now I'm headed back down to the city, and I think I'm gonna go work at like a hotel cafe, because why not? It's like 8 a.m. now, and we have the entire day.
My mind stretched out on the canopy. My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I'm alive. I do or die. Taking a leap, now I'll never breathe. My dreams.
So I'm currently doing some work at the public hotel, and I'm in the bathroom right now, but I just kind of planned my week, did a grocery list, applied for some jobs. I'm gonna head to Trader Joe's, and then I'm gonna head home.
My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I reach for the summit, calling for you.
Just made it home, and I figured I would do a little Trader Joe's haul, to show you what I got. I have kind of a weird mix of things because I went shopping like on last Wednesday when I got back from Florida. So I have some things, but I needed to restock on like a decent amount. So let's see. I got the Mediterranean salad kit. I'm trying to be a little bit healthier this week. We'll see how that goes. Although this doesn't really show that, I don't know. A couple protein bars. I really like the Go Macro Protein Pleasure. And then also the heartwarming oatmeal chocolate chip. And then, I don't know why these sounded good, but I got peanut butter Power Crunch bar and vanilla Power Crunch bar. I don't know why, like a wafer cookie kind of sounded good when I was shopping. I'm also really hungry, so shopping while hungry, not the best idea. And then I just got sourdough bread because my roommate and I really like it, and then we kind of just switch off who buys it. I got some blackberries just to eat, and then also put on like a yogurt bowl or something. I needed a restock on the brown rice quinoa pasta, which I love. And then I got some broccoli, which has kind of been one of my favorite vegetables at the moment. I go between that or like Brussels sprouts. This is also kind of random, but these like pork buns that they have are actually really good. And the other day I was like really craving that kind of bao bun, and it made me think of those. I got a sumo orange, which are way too expensive what they are, but they are so good. And so I know they're almost out of season, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy one and be done with it. Just a red onion, and I finally, when I tell you finally, got my hands on the vegetable fried rice from Trader Joe's. I think for the past 4 times I went, so probably like a month and a half, they have been sold out of this fried rice, and I do not understand why. Like, was it mentioned somewhere? Did I miss like a memo? Because I have gotten this since like college. So like, why all of a sudden is when I tell you I've been to Trader Joe's on the Upper East Side, I've been to Trader Joe's in Soho, I've been to Trader Joe's in like Midtown. Don't understand, literally everywhere was sold out. So they had a full stock. So I got the sweet apple chicken sausage, and then I think I just got some regular chicken to make chicken sausage and more for lunch, and then regular chicken for dinners with like vegetables. And then as like one little treat, I love their licorice twists. I think they're really good. I'm usually a chocolate person, but there's the occasional gummy that I like. So, and that's it. The bag's empty. So like I said before, I just did work at the public hotel, which I highly recommend. They have a cafe and stuff, and it's really nice, and it has a nice hotel music ambiance. But now I'm gonna put all this stuff away, and I don't know. Oh, I guess I didn't really talk about after I got my COVID test. The other week decided to sign up for Central Casting, which is a background casting agency essentially. And so you can sign up online and you go in for like an appointment and you set up your profile, and then they start sending you TV shows that are looking for background actors. And you just essentially, a background actor is just in the background of the acting, hence the title. And so I was like, why not? I have the time now before I get any type of, I guess, full-time job. Here's hoping. But I was like, why not? And so I signed up, and literally the day after, they like sent me something for a project that's on Apple TV, and I was like, hell yeah. And so I had to go get a COVID test today, because on Wednesday there's a fitting, and then it doesn't shoot until like mid-April, and so then I'll have to get another COVID test, and then it shoots for 2 days. So that was really exciting. I have literally my entire life from elementary school on, ever since Disney Channel, I wanted to be on Disney Channel, classic kid. I wanted to be on a TV set, and I'm gonna get to do that, whether it's just in the background or not. Like, that's so cool. And I don't know, I'm just really excited. And it was cool to go to like the studios, because like I've heard the studios names before. Go there and see kind of the behind the curtain of it all, and just getting a sense of how it actually works to make a TV show. And it kind of feels, how do I put this? It's like so different when you get that access, because it feels so much more attainable and so much like that it's real, like a business, like a real, like a finance business or anything, like it runs like a business. So to be able to like see that and kind of break that barrier in my head of like, it's this so unattainable thing that no one can get into, and it's such a secret, and like you have to have a passcode and like all this stuff, like holding it in such that manner, and then being able to go there and see how just kind of, especially like the studio where I went is just like an office space where I like went into and through everything. So that's just like a really interesting thing. I don't know. So I'll keep you updated on all of it and see what else happens today.
I got you, escape with me, let me fall into you. Don't you feel like breaking free? Open your eyes, embrace what you see now. Don't you feel like...
I know I've been in the same spot for like the entire video almost, but I thought it might be a good idea to do a little get to know me segment, because I feel like I've made a couple videos, but I haven't really talked about myself too much. I've shown what I've done and kind of a little bit of life living in New York, but I haven't talked about myself, where I'm from, random things about me. I don't know. I have just been watching the Shonda Rhimes masterclass on Masterclass, and she talks about like writing for TV, and she talks about Grey's Anatomy and Scandal and everything, and it's been really interesting. So I've been watching that for the past like 3 hours. So I thought it'd be a good time to take a little break and let you guys get to know me a little bit. So I have a couple questions on my iPad. I kind of just went through like old like get to know me tags that used to be like such a big thing on YouTube, and just compiled a bunch of them together. First question, what is my full name and why was I named that? My full name is Vanessa Skylar Mandel, and the only part of my name that's like named after anyone is Skylar. The S in Skylar comes from my grandpa's mom was named Sally, and so the S in Skylar is for Sally. And then obviously Mandel is my dad's last name, which, fun fact, used to be Mandelblatt, like hyphenated, and my grandma wouldn't like marry my grandpa if he didn't drop one of the names, either Mandel or Blatt. And so luckily he chose Mandel because I do not want to be Vanessa Blatt. And then Vanessa is just, my parents liked the name. I think they wanted something with a V, and so they were going through like Vanessa, Veronica, Victoria, and they chose Vanessa. And yes, I did get called Vanessa Hudgens all throughout elementary and middle school because it was at the height of High School Musical, and everyone thought it was so funny, and I was the only person named Vanessa, I think, in my entire school. So I didn't mind. She's great. I love her. I love High School Musical, so like call me Vanessa Hudgens all day long if you want. What is my zodiac sign? I guess to go along with that, my birthday is December 24th. So I am a Christmas Eve baby, which has its perks and not perks, as in you will never be with your friends kind of because or have a party on your day because everyone is with their families. So that's kind of made having a birthday somewhat less exciting because you like, as fun as it is, I've had parties, like don't get me wrong, it's so fun, but you could never like celebrate on the day of a birthday. And obviously my parents, my family, and we celebrate that way, but still, like, you can never have like a birthday party on your birthday, and it's frustrating. But to go along with that, my zodiac sign is a Capricorn, kind of on the cusp of Sagittarius, and I definitely feel both sides of that. I'm not a huge like zodiac astrology person, but definitely can see the sides of Capricorn, like if any of that's true of like what I've read, can see the sides of Capricorn of the way that I'm like, and the sides of like Sagittarius. Let me know your zodiac sign. Where did I go to college and what was my major? I went to Indiana University, and I was a media advertising and public relations major. It's kind of like two majors the way the program worked, but yeah, and now I work in public relations. What is your job? Next question. I work at an entertainment PR firm agency here in New York City, and we do a lot of like Broadway, TV, film things. It's coined as a 360 agency, so we do social media, we do public relations, we do styling, content creation, you name it, we probably do it. And I'm like an associate and just kind of do a little bit of everything. Very fun, very exciting. Where do I live? Where am I from? What's your favorite thing about it? I am from Columbus, Ohio, and I grew up there all of my life for all 18 years until I went to college. And it was great. It was the quintessential suburban childhood, I would say. My grandparents were down the street. My parents were divorced, so they lived in two separate houses, but I just kind of went in between them for my entire life, and it was fun. I went to a cool school, and just played sports, and it's like exactly what you would imagine that to be, which was great, and I enjoyed that. And it was definitely a small town feel, especially living in a place like New York now. So now I live in New York City. I live in the financial district, which is great, and I've really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So also my mom still lives in Columbus, Ohio, so I go back there quite frequently. And then my dad, when I went to college, actually moved to Longboat Key, Florida, because we used to have a house there, and then ended up selling it, and then he went back there because he's like, I want warmer weather. And I was like, I understand. What is your biggest fear? I don't have a lot of like physical fears. Like I'm not really afraid of spiders or heights or flying or those kinds of like traditional fears. I would say more of like a fear of like failing maybe. I am always striving to do the best thing and be the best version of myself, and I really want to be successful in whatever I'm doing, and so that always kind of creeps in there. Yeah. What is your favorite food? if anyone knows me, I am a dessert person. Any time of the day you ask me to go get ice cream or have cookies, I will say yes, most likely. So probably any type of dessert, or I love sushi. Big sushi person too. In the city, I love a Van Leeuwen ice cream. It's great. And Levain cookies, amazing. I, during the pandemic, made like copycat Levain cookies, and now every time I go home or go to any like family member, they're like, can you make the cookies? We need the cookies. And I'm just like, cut to Jennifer Lawrence, I need the pizza, or where's the pizza? I'm like, where's the pizza? So those are some of my favorites. And then I haven't found a favorite sushi place yet. I've tried a lot that I've really enjoyed. There's this place by me called Asuka, or no, not Asuka. It's called Sataishi, and that's really great. Favorite color. I love anything like blue or green, I'd say. Different shades depending on like the season or kind of what's in style, but generally anything in the blue-green realm. I really like periwinkle blue right now. Favorite place I've traveled. I studied abroad in Rome. Yes, I was one of those people. So that's one of my favorite places for sure, because I spent so much time there and got to really like feel what it was like to live in a city like that. But while I was abroad, I loved my trip to Greece, loved my trip to Amsterdam, also loved my trip to Brussels. Those three I feel like were some of my highlights, my favorites, and definitely would want to go back. Do I speak any languages besides English? I went to Hebrew school growing up, so I don't necessarily speak Hebrew, but I know how to read it, like what it's pronounced like. I know how to write it, and like I know the alphabet and like some words here and there, but I don't really know what it all means, kind of. And then I took 5 semesters of Italian. Kind of the reason I went to Rome. I was like, might as well go to a place I know somewhat of the language. So I know, I would say like on the advanced end of the basics. I don't know how much I still know about it. That's something I wish I would have like kept up with. I also had like, because I was taking it as a class, my desire to really absorb and learn how the language worked was not as much there as I just want to get the assignment done. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of speaking another language on a Zoom. Like, what is my favorite TV show and movie? I go so back and forth. It's really hard to choose favorites. My favorite when I was younger as a movie definitely would have to be like Stick It. I was such a Stick It person. I did gymnastics growing up, and so I felt like I related to the movie. I knew so much about it. I was like, I can do that. And I love that. So I could probably quote that movie from beginning to end. One of my favorite movies now, I'm trying to think. I just watched Coda, which just won the Oscar. Love that movie. And I also love any type of like thriller movie, like a Gone Girl, amazing. Or Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman, amazing. Love the ending. Like, if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. So good. Favorite TV show? Again, I love like a good Gossip Girl type teen drama. I'm also really big like Law and Order. I watched a lot of Law and Order growing up, and then like Chicago PD. But right now, I just watched Succession, and that has to be up there. I love Succession. Love that it was filmed in New York. Thought the storylines and just like everything that really went into that was so amazing. Like a lot of it was kind of implied. Like they didn't say a lot of what was going on. You just kind of had to figure it out. And I thought that was chef's kiss. So good. Did I play any sports / do you have any favorite sports? I played every sport under the sun growing up. Basketball, softball, gymnastics, cheerleading, soccer for a moment, volleyball. I did like circus camp and everything, and then I finally stuck with cheerleading because I figured out that I hated running. And then as far as favorite sports to watch, I love watching football. football and tailgates and college football, NFL, whatever it is, I love it. I grew up with it. If you are from Ohio and you are a Buckeye fan, you understand. It is like a religion there. Because we don't have a professional team, I think like Ohio State is seen as the professional football team there. And so like you grow up, you are a Buckeye fan, die hard. Are you competitive? Yes. 100% yes. Anyone you ask, yes. Talent you wish you had. I wish that I could sing better. I can like carry a tune, and it's not bad by any means, but I would love like to be able to like fully sing a song and people be like, oh my God, my ears are just blessed and I can listen to nothing else besides your voice for the rest of my life. Do you have a favorite YouTuber? I'm trying to think. Growing up, I watched a lot of like the classic YouTubers. I was very into like Claudia Sulewski and like Aspen Ovard. I still really love Claudia, and I still watch Aspen a little bit. Big Emma Chamberlain fan. I think her videos are so just like calming and soothing, and I love her personality. And then I also watch like Brooke Michio, Elena Tabor, a little Danielle Carolyn, just because they're like New York based influencers, so that's fun. And then there's this girl, Michelle Reed, who used to live in New York and now lives in Texas. Favorite music. I love music. I love really any genre besides like country music. Not my favorite thing. In the summer it's fun. Can't listen to it all the time. Don't come for me. But right now I'm into a big like Billie Eilish, Phineas phase. I love a good alternative like The Killers, Walk the Moon, Andrew McMahon and the Wilderness, Tame Impala. And then I also love like a good Tate McRae, Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, kind of anything and everything. I really don't discriminate. Any bad habits? I overthink. Big overthinker. That needs to stop. Need to get out of my head. Any bucket list items? I would love to go to Thailand or Hawaii. I've never been, and those are very polar opposite places. I would also love to travel to California. I've never been, that's not like super bucket listy, but I've never been, and I just think it'd be really fun to visit. It looks beautiful. Do you have any goals in life? I just want to be successful in anything that I'm doing. I want to try and be somewhat at the top of my game in whatever field I decide to fully like put myself into. If that is YouTube, I would love to be consistent on here, posting daily, if not weekly, and just really trying to create growth in that way. If it's more like behind the scenes and everything, I would just love to be kind of just at the top of my game, wherever I can. Are you single or are you in a relationship? I am single and would really kind of like to be in a relationship. So we're working on that. Are you a mom's girl or a dad's girl? I think I'm more of a dad's girl for sure. We have the same kind of sarcastic sense of humor and more of that chill personality. I love my mom, don't get me wrong, my mom is awesome, but definitely in that way, I think I just grew up gravitating towards that because we would just try and make each other laugh every time I was with him. What's the last book you read? I read The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter and Why You Should Take Them Seriously, or something like that. Not trying to say I'm in an existential crisis because that's not true. But yeah, it was a good book. Highly recommend if you're in your 20s or even your 30s or teens, whatever. It really gave some perspective on why and how you should like really take advantage of the time that you have, because it's going to be gone in an instant and things are constantly changing, so you should take advantage while you can. Why should you subscribe? I just am trying to have fun here, honestly. I love making videos. I love editing them. It is so satisfying to me. And I'm trying to have fun along the way. You're gonna see some New York City content, maybe some workouts, some food, just like your lifestyle, entertainment content. I can make more about my job and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm really just trying to have fun, trying to bring a little light to someone's day, hopefully. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, because let's be honest, I have like 5-6 subscribers, and I know that 3 of them are my mom, dad, and brother. So if you like what you saw, if you want to see more, please subscribe down below, turn on the bell notification. I'm going to try and post more consistently, at least once a week. So please stick around for the ride, the journey, whatever you want to call it, whatever the least cliche term is. That's what we're going to do here. And I'll see you guys